So 6 months ago, we headed to Mexico. We had always had the intention of coming back to Elgin, but we went down with a couple of goals in mind. The first was to learn language. We wanted to set a foundation for our understanding of Spanish. The second was to understand culture. We wanted to be able to do ministry more effectively here in Elgin, and half of the people here are Hispanic, and so we wanted to be able to relate a little bit better and do ministry with them. And the third was to help the organization that we were partnered with. There were a couple of workers down there in Mexico, so we wanted to refresh them and help out in any ways that they saw fit.
Yeah. And while we were down there, we got involved in a bunch of different things right away. We enrolled the kids in school. So all three of them, ages 6, 4, and 2, all went to a 5-day-a-week, 6-hour, completely in Spanish program where they learned the language, built relationships, and that was pretty significant for them. Bobby got involved in a men's small group right away, and then through that and through spending time in local coffee shops, then he got a job in a coffee shop, whether that was intentional or...
I learned a lot of language there.
Yes.
And a lot of coffee.
Yes. For me, at the beginning, I just did a lot of crying. It was very, very hard for me to start. I was so overwhelmed and intimidated, so I cried a lot at the beginning. But after I finished crying, I started volunteering with our Spanish teacher, helping her in a couple of her classes. Then I got involved in a women's small group and I wrote curriculum for the local or the monthly vacation Bible school, and also with curriculum for the women's small group. And as we built relationships down there, and people heard that we just wanted to learn and experience, so then we were getting recommendations right and left about, go see this thing, here's an event that's happening. So we had a very diverse number of experiences, from climbing volcanoes to going into caves, to going to see Lucha Libre, to going to observe the butterflies. So we truly just jumped in, and it was sort of a deep end experience, if you can tell from all the crying, but very, very significant for our family.
Yeah, so people have asked a lot of times, did we accomplish what we set out to do? And it's kind of it's a great question. It's a tricky feeling one to answer because, I don't know, it just feels like we
We have to give ourselves a grade.
We have to give ourselves a grade. Overall, yes, because we came back with a foundation for our language.
An understanding of culture.
We understand a lot more about culture.
Mm-hmm.
And the workers that we were with have told us over and over again. Yeah, they were sad when we left. Told us over and over that they were grateful to have us. We had lots of opportunities to share ourselves, our lives, our faith. We did parent classes, stuff in the coffee shop, stuff through groups, where we got to share the hope that's in us. And overall, we had a life-changing experience that we hope we get to share more and more with you in the upcoming days.
Yeah. So now that we're home, we are going straight to work, but it is a different type of work than you might expect. We have been living here in Elgin for 7 years, but we don't presume to know what the answer is right away. And so over the next year, we want to begin an assessment of the city by doing 1,000 surveys of the people who live, work, or serve here in Elgin. And we want to get an idea of what they believe, other people believe, are the most significant problems for the city, and also start collecting a list of resources for meeting those needs.
So we're really excited about that. We're excited to see how you might partner with us in the future. We are grateful to have you as partners sending us down, and we're really excited for what's coming next.